Real Salt Lake back at training here at Rio Tinto Stadium, coming off last weekend's 4-1 win on the road at Chivas USA, a match in which João Plata got his first goal this season. Robbie Finley found the back of the net, and Ned Grabavoy grabbed 2 goals as Real Salt Lake claimed 3 points and sole possession of second place in the Western Conference.
I think it was really good for our confidence to get a convincing win, to score some goals, to finish a fair amount of our chances was nice. To start out the game the way we did was very good. To start the second half the way we did, we scored goals early in both halves and we scored goals late in the half. So those were the good things, but there was chunks of time in both of the halves where we were really pretty poor. And on a different night against a different opponent, we may have walked out of there with nothing. So I think it's important for our guys to realize and remember that it wasn't really a 4-1 result. It was a good, strong performance, but it was nowhere near our best.
Personally, thought we gave up too many chances against Chivas. They're a dangerous team. They get numbers forward, and I don't think we dealt with a lot of those situations as well as we should have. So, really looking forward to this next game to sharpen things up.
Well, I think, can we carry that momentum, into a home stretch here? I think, we showed after New England, although we didn't get a result, in Montreal, that, we can have a good performance after a win. And so we can't be too high after a win. We have to realize that, a team is coming in that's hungry for a win as well, and a team that's going to play in a bit of a different shape. So it's going to be some different keys to breaking them down. But in saying that, we're at home, and I think it's all about us, putting our best foot forward and going for it.
Because it was open all the time, we would look to push forward as fast as we can, but we recognized it and we were patient at times, and there were times we knock around the ball and wait for it to open up for us even more than it was, and that's the way we created a lot of chances. But we finished most of them, which is good, and hopefully we carry that into the game Saturday.
The first 15-20, we were still figuring things out a little bit. I think his primary language is Spanish, so I'm working on my izquierdas and derechas, and he's listening, which is great. But he's got a lot of potential, and I'm excited to play with him and to see where he goes.
Next up for Real Salt Lake, the Chicago Fire coming to Rio Tinto Stadium, coming off a 1-0 loss on the road against the Philadelphia Union, a match in which Wells Thompson picked up his second yellow card, so he will be unavailable for the match here at Rio Tinto Stadium. For the Fire, currently sitting in 8th place in the Eastern Conference, it's a tricky test for Real Salt Lake.
They have some dangerous guys in attack. They kind of always have with guys like Chris Rolfe and Patrick Nyarko and some of these guys who are good soccer players, but pretty quick and make good runs in behind the back four. So we need to be careful of those two players without question. And I think it's kind of always a similar thing a little bit. Some of these wide midfielders teams play with guys that wait to counter a little bit. When the ball turns over, can we be aware and react quick enough, to kind of stomp out any quick counter?
Nyarko, I think he's really, really talented player. Can break things down 1v1. So he's somebody that will be focused on. Rolfe, I think, is a very dangerous, smart player. Seems to be dropping into the midfield quite a bit this year. So he could cause us some problems. I have to be aware of him and looking over our shoulder for him at all times. McDonald, when he's played, has been really sporadic, but I think you always have to prepare for what his potential is, which is extremely high. And then, with Lindpier this year, he's a very good player. Lorentowicz coming out of midfield. I think they have a lot of really, really good players. And so we've got to prepare for this match and respect our opponent to the utmost.
Match set to kick off Saturday night at 7 o'clock. A little bit of a change on the schedule for Real Salt Lake. Tickets still available at realsaltlake.com.
RSL hosts Chicago at Rio Tinto Stadium on May 25th at 7 o'clock. Get your tickets today.